You guys getting ready for deer season? Hey there, outdoor YouTubers. It's Dave Knetter from Knetter's Practical Outdoors. And you know, today I thought we would take a look back at the past few deer seasons. Okay, check out some clips from some videos that I've done the past few deer seasons. You know, so for some of you guys that have been watching my channel for a while, you might recognize some of the stuff. Maybe some of you guys that are a little bit new to some of my videos, you know, it'll be kind of new to you. But either way, if you see anything that you're interested in, anything that you're not quite sure about, anything that you think is maybe a little weird that might need some more explanation, full versions of all the clips you're about to see are at my channel. Okay, you can see the full version videos of all these clips at my channel. Most of them are going to be like in the deer processing playlist and the deer camp playlist. Okay, you can go to the library section and you'll get to see full versions of all these videos that you're about to see. But it's been kind of fun, you know, sharing these videos with you guys the last couple years, and I thought we'd just kind of do a quick little recap. So what we got with this blind is each wall is 2 sections.
And this is where the hook can come in handy. Sometimes the meat is slippery. Just going to go right along this shoulder, right back to the very back. Consider. And there's the front shoulder.
And yeah, worked really well. So if you guys ever think like, oh yeah, there's
made your first cut. Now that femur bone goes that way on this one, toward the shank. So you'll take your knife, put it in there, you'll hit the femur bone, and you'll run this one up over the kneecap like you did on the other one.
Yeah, we got this juice container. I think you guys can figure out what this is about. Okay, it's not apple juice.
And without going all the way through down here to the tabletop, you can kind of roll this tip out of the cap, and then you won't have to do it later. It works kind of nice when you got the weight of this working for you.
And the main thing behind this trophy buck preservation, the main thing that you got to do is when you're out hunting, any bucks with 8 or more points, you got to let them go. If you don't want to just shoot at dots, sometimes these old corn sacks come with like a picture of a deer on it. So you could just like use one of these sacks and you could shoot at that deer, you know, and then it's like a 3D target, right? So the UP's deer herd was estimated to be at a negative 5%. And this finger, and his thumb, all 3 of them just looked like a cooked bratwurst. It looked hideous. You know, even if it's something that maybe could help increase the deer herd, you know, maybe bump it up 5%, at least then, you know, then the UP would at least be back to, you know, 0 deer anyways. And the new camp rule was we were going to only shoot albino bucks. And I know that sounds just crazy, right? But we did include piebald bucks, you know, the partial albinos. You know, they have just, you know, partial white on them here and there. And he did get a deer that year. And I made him gut it, you know. And he was fine. He was perfectly fine, you know, after we injected him with his EpiPen and the swelling went down. He was fine. But sure enough, opening day rolls around, and my buddy Spruce Hen that hunts with us out here, sure enough, he shows up at the camp with a 6-point piebald buck. I was shocked, you know. And, you know, I was looking at it as it was hanging there in the buck pole, and I gotta admit, I wasn't even sure that it was a piebald. I thought it was just a regular buck. But then Spruce Hen pointed out how the white markings, like on the underside of the belly, and then the white markings on the underside of the tail, You know, and I was like, I didn't even notice that, really. I like to use the gloves, and we're just gonna grab a piece, and I'll kind of show my wife what we're gonna do, and then she's gonna help me along. You know, once Spruce Hen showed us how to correctly identify an albino or a piebald buck, we wound up shooting 2 more bucks that year.
And this one here, we're going to bone out in its entirety.
If I didn't shoot the heart up too bad, I'll take the heart with this other glove, and you know, I'll just use this little Stormtrooper stuffed ball as the heart. And so what I'll do is I'll put the heart in this glove, and you know, the same thing. Take this, pull it inside of itself.
And again, this here, we're going to start boning it out, but this time I'm going to go all the way up this bone, right into where the socket's going to be, because you aren't going to ruin anything because it's all going into trim for grind.
Do the heart thing that I showed you in that one video. As opposed to the last one, which we made a couple roasts out
Right.
of. All right.
Kept things pretty well intact on that one.
From the company that brought you Viagra comes Rut Starter Trophy Block. Made from the same ingredients as human man Viagra, but formulated for the needs of white-tailed bucks. And again, these are the front shoulders.
Front shoulders, yep.
All right.
Did one already, this is the last of them right here.
And you know, it says right on the bottle that this doe urine, it's only taken from the most sexually active does. You know, I think it's pretty potent stuff. You know, you got to be 21 to buy this. I know that.
There's where it ends, right there.
I think he had like 3 bites of it before he realized that he was eating a deer urine taco.
That's the entire shank bone with shoulder bone that leads into the blade bone that is still left here.
I thought he might die, you know, and he did actually pass out for a full minute, which turned out to be good because that gave us all a little time to settle down and get control of the situation, right? It lands on the snow monster's head and knocks him out. You know, genius, right? And you know, and it did. At that point, it did go a little sideways for me. If you remember, you know, Hermie was kind of that dentist wannabe elf, and you know, at that point, then he went ahead and he pulled all the teeth out of the snow monster, which you know, that was a little weird to me, but you know, whatever. Like some quality toilet paper, all right? I mean, just think about it, guys. The 1 week a year where you're on a steady diet of beer and curled meat, that is not the week that you should be skimping on toilet paper. Am I right? Mouse removal is a pretty important subject to me. Over the years at my deer camp, we've had a few mouse events that have gotten kind of serious. And then another year, my buddy Scott out at camp, he missed a real nice buck with his muzzle loader. And really the only conclusion we could come to is that a mouse had messed with his scope. So, you know, we take mouse removal pretty seriously at our camp. Alright, so we're going to check the wheel of death here in the sauna. And sure enough, we've got some trespassers. It's been my experience that mice can't be rehabilitated. We just call it mousetrap rum. You know what I mean? Like somebody be like, oh hey, you know, should we have a rum and coke or whatever? And you know, the other guy will be like, yeah, the only thing that's left is that mousetrap rum. You know, you don't have to use the Miller Lite Packer commemorative can, but we do. You know. And then of course now the wolf or the coyotes may be a little drunk, right, from eating that rum impregnated mouse. And you know, that's when fatal accidents happen. You know, I'm just saying. So we really lucked out by having the Cheap Trick tape be the one that was stuck in there. Guys that smoke and deer hunt, you know, when you're out in the blind, you want to light up a cigarette, you really want to have the camouflage lighter so the deer don't see you lighting a cigarette, right? So whenever we come out to the sauna, we're listening to Cheap Trick, which is very cool. You know what size or type of buck that we might, don't blow that while we're filming, okay? Sometimes we even reference it like, hey, you gonna listen to some Cheap Trick tonight? And then the other guy will be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go light the sauna right now. Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Nice buck.
Little titty right there on him. Yeah, I could say that.
But, one problem with that is now my body has kind of become conditioned to sweat profusely whenever I hear Cheap Trick music. We got Scott here. He's clearing out the buck pole.
Gotta brush it out a little bit.
Yeah. Plan on using it?
Well, we hadn't had a buck there in the last couple of years, but this year we're planning on using it pretty heavy.
I know a lot of the pro hunters are real big on the scent-free SD cards. But, what I've been doing, I just take like one of these just regular SD cards and I'll just wipe a little bit of scent eliminator on it, like you spray on your boots before you go out hunting. And I really think the results are just the same. But I would recommend that you do not spend the extra money and get the camouflage batteries. I did that one time. It seemed like a good idea in the store to get camouflage batteries, but then then I got home and when I was putting them in the camera, yeah, it just didn't really seem to make any sense at that point. Heads up.
And the walls came crumbling down, and the walls come crumbling.
Yeah, okay, right now we're running it through with kind of a medium-sized plate, the like chili meat size plate. What caliber are you shooting?
7mm 08. 308 neck down to 708.
Nice. Well, all right, there we go. Yeah, there's our potato sausage. It looks excellent. That was fun. I'm psyched for deer season. All right, guys. Hey, remember to hunt, fish, laugh, repeat. This is Dave Knetter from Knetter's Practical Outdoors. Hey, thanks for watching and God bless.